is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
I'll give it just a few more minutes, guys, before we start. I'm not expecting a ton of people tonight, by the way. I'm just not. These late night streams never really get insane attendance or anything unless it's like a new release game. But you guys are kind of my big core audience, right? You're the ones who care so much about my opinion that you're here tonight to chill with me for this. I appreciate that. So, and just quickly, yeah, we have some goals. It'd be great if we hit 885 members tonight. We're about 12 away, so if you wanted to become a member or gift a membership to support the channel and the community tonight, that'd be great. And tips, I always have a tips goal of 50 bucks. It's great if we can hit that tonight. If not, it's not the end of the world. I'm more focused on putting out fun content for you guys tonight with this countdown than really worried so much about fundraising, so you won't hear me talking about it that much. Mostly you'll hear me if someone does contribute shouting it out, but I'm not going to be bringing this up constantly during the stream or anything like that, okay? Trust me, I'll have more than enough to get through here talking about the disappointing games than getting off topic.
Oh my god, he's drinking wheelchair donations.
Okay, so if anyone's going to do a contribution and you want to get in before I start doing my countdown, now would be the time. So right now, quick if you wanted to do it. If not, it's fine. And we're going to begin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my countdown, and each one I'm going to, play some video, tell you what I think, and then if a contribution comes in between, I'll shout it out in between the numbers.
Oh, see, now Phil's just a meme. He's a beggar. He's a scumbag.
This game is bad because it's J.K. Rowling, and I'm sorry, I don't like politics in my video games. If I'm going to play a game, I want to enjoy it on its own merits. I don't want to have to hear a bunch of angry mob people on the internet whining about this or that about a game. And that's all I heard for several months when I played this game. I had to make a YouTube short explaining up front why I was playing Hogwarts Legacy. I don't think I've ever had to make a video explaining why I chose a video game ever in my 15-year history, but I had to do it to cover my ass, because God forbid I play Hogwarts Legacy and someone accused me of being a bigot because I'm somehow supporting J.K. Rowling by buying the game. It's absolutely ludicrous. So that's why, for me, Hogwarts Legacy is one of the most disappointing games of the year, but that's also why it ranks very, very low on the list. It's still a great game.
Actually, I'm pretty confused right now.
But, I still enjoyed playing it. But, when you have... Are you kidding me? I didn't even know. I swear I didn't know it happened a third time in this clip. I had no clue. You see this, right? It happened again. So that's what I mean. Like, that just kept happening over and over and over in the playthrough. It's like... And this is supposed to be a AAA $70 game? No, it wasn't. It was disappointing for me. Okay. So that was my number 9 pick for the most disappointing game. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the number 8 pick for the most disappointing game of the year for 2023 is... Diablo 4. But the point I'm making is everyone's convinced you've got to play this. It's must play. If you don't play it, you're missing out. You're going to miss one of the best games of the year. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm skeptical. You guys convinced me to play it. I play it, and it was dead on exactly as I expected. It plays like Diablo. It looks like Diablo. It feels like Diablo. It's just Diablo. But it's 20 years, too late to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? So maybe if I was an online co-op player, and I had a group of friends that loved Diablo, and we went into the post-game challenge dungeons, and we were doing seasonal content afterward, maybe then, alright, I would have gotten more out of this, and I would have absolutely been in love with it. But for someone just playing through the campaign, it's just not it. It's not. I felt like it was more of kind of a waste of time. At the end of the day, I couldn't tell you what happened in the story of this game. And I did a full playthrough of the story. I don't know. You wanna know what we did? I kept pressing a button on my controller like this, and I killed a lot of stuff. That's Diablo 4. I killed probably 40,000 enemies, and that's all I can really remember about the game. So, it is what it is. It was disappointing to me because I was convinced by the audience. You guys said, no, you don't understand. It's going to be great. It really didn't do anything for me. It didn't do anything for you.
Why do I avoid chat so much? Because isn't it obvious I completely hate people, right? I'm insanely antisocial. I hate everyone.
And I actually wanted to quit. The game that I'm speaking of, ladies and gentlemen, of course, is Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. The problem was, they wanted you to act like it was a flawless game and play it as if it was some kind of an amazing experience when it wasn't. Having a frame rate that's dipping makes it not fun to play. and then on top of that, having to go to every flag post, like you just saw there, in every stage in order to even make proper progress, it made me so infuriated. So you knew a game that pissed me off the most this year was definitely going to be the game that I was going to have in my most disappointing countdown, alright? My number 6 most disappointing game of 2023 is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Phil hates Nintendo. No, it's the opposite. I love Nintendo and Nintendo games and what they do with their stuff.
They cut corners to make money, and it shows when you're playing this game, and the frame rate is absolutely terrible, and the game's response in combat is not great, and you have all these repetitive tasks to do that mean absolutely nothing. That shows. They actually got lazy making this game, and that's sad. Nintendo usually is the polar opposite of being lazy, but I feel like this game shows they just wanted to push out another game before this console gen ended, and that's incredibly disappointing to me. Oh, by the way, did I mention that they retconned the entire story of Breath of the Wild? You literally could have never played Breath of the Wild, played this one, and you missed nothing, even though it's a sequel. They retconned it all, as if it never happened. And people are like, well, no, they didn't. Yes, they did, because they never mention it. In the game, they never mention the plot of the first game at all, as if it never happened. You don't need to know anything about it. So it's just like, wow.
I love Nintendo games.
Thank you, Nikita, for supporting DsP Gaming. Nikita just dropped another 50 memberships on the chat. If all 200 of those memberships stick, we are actually about to hit the record high number of members that we've ever had in this channel. That would be the most, because if we're over 1,000, I think we just had over 1,000, like 1,030 or something. We're at 1,070 something. That's the most we've ever had on DsP Gaming.
Whoa! Whoa, there's a whale! A giant whale! That's cool, there's a giant whale.
Ladies and gentlemen, my number 5 pick for most disappointing game of 2023 is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Why not give it a little bit more time to get polished, to run better? Why? I mean, Jade actually just called it on the chat. He says, I feel sick when I watch this game. He's right. There were people who were getting motion sick from me playing it because it would go from 60 frames to 20 to 30 frames to 10 to 40. When your frame rate is going up and down, it actually makes certain people sick. So how are you supposed to enjoy the game exactly? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was going on here? They don't know what they were doing. They made an amazing game, and they ruined it by not polishing it at all. So, my number 4 most disappointing game of 2023 is Mortal Kombat 1. The story is awful and ruins the franchise. The online play is far too laggy to catch up with basically what they're trying to do with the game. And then on top of that, the game had a game-breaking bug that made it completely unbalanced, unfair, and broken at launch. To make matters even worse for Mortal Kombat 1, alright? The big problem was that Street Fighter 6 came out this year. And when Street Fighter 6 came out, alright, it basically completely changed the game for the industry. The absolute best online connections, a great online ranking system, a wide variety of characters and gameplay styles, and introducing an insane amount of new gameplay elements. Mortal Kombat 1 didn't do any of that. It was just a high-low mix-up game with some assist characters coming out. It played almost exactly like previous Mortal Kombats and didn't really innovate at all.
The king of hate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the number 3 most disappointing game of 2023 is Sonic Superstars. It would have been great if it was a $40 release. I probably wouldn't even have had it on this countdown if it was like a $30 or $40 release. But for them to have the balls to try to charge $60 to $70 for this game is ludicrous. Again, why? Because of the year. 2 weeks after this game came out, or maybe even a week, Super Mario Wonder came out. Do you want to know how much content Super Mario Wonder has? 17 hours. For exactly the same price. 5 hours of Sonic, 17 hours of Mario, same price. Do you see the difference? You can't even try to justify the price tag of this game. In my opinion, Final Fantasy 16 has the worst combat of any Final Fantasy game I've ever played in my entire life. There is not a single Final Fantasy game that plays worse than Final Fantasy 16. This game is a button-mashing mess. Okay? This game, once you get farther into it and you unlock all the elemental spells, literally becomes like you're playing Kingdom Hearts 3. Mash the button, do another ability. Mash the button, do another ability. Mash the button, oh, I got an ultimate, do it. It's the easiest, most dumbed down, really simple mode. It's like Final Fantasy for play school. But the funny part about that is, it's the edgy adult Game of Thrones Final Fantasy. You combine the dumbest, easiest gameplay with the adult content. How does that make any sense? It makes no sense at all. It's dumbfoundingly stupid. There's also tons of problems with the pacing of the game.
Stop doing
What
that!
they have to do to keep her alive. What are we to do?
Stop it! No!
Ladies and gentlemen, the absolute most disappointing game of the year is Hogwarts Legacy. I'm just kidding. The absolutely worst game of the year is, for me, Starfield. Why? Because this was supposed to be the start of something new. So now, when they're developing other games or whatever, we have a whole new franchise. And it's a whole new lie from Todd Howard. You will spend 40, 50, 60 hours in this game, get to the end of the plot. Well, sorry you wasted all your time. Oh, well, that makes me feel like I really, am valued and cherished by Bethesda as a company, doesn't it? So, not only does it not innovate, does it fail at all its promises, overpromised, underdelivered, runs like crap on Xbox, then the ending also sucks. So, it's like crap after crap after crap.
This is Darksydephil saying thank you for watching the most disappointing games of 2023 countdown here on DSP Gaming. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next year when we'll wrap it all up again. Peace out, be safe, and I'll see you all later. I work more now than I ever did. Like this job, I worked more doing this than I ever did for any other job that I had previously. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Is a mobile game addict. Phil has indoctrinated children who send him money, blatantly milking for money. It's a money pit. It's gone, just gone like that. In an instant, fucking gone. I just care about money. I just can't help it. By eBay. Contributions are mandatory, but I need your help. I am appealing directly to you. No decency, no respect, no common sense, no fucking maturity. Is the guy who just doesn't get reality.